Welcome to the Murfreesboro Beercast, where beer is community and community is a lot more fun with beer. Let's raise a pint, enjoy the show. Cheers.
Hey, my name is Brian Nell. I'm a mortgage loan officer with Primis Mortgage. I want to tell you that I absolutely love being a member of the Spread the Positive Network. It's such a great mission and helps bring so much positivity to our community. It's truly be a pleasure and a part of what they do. There are a lot of ways to navigate financing a home, and in markets like this, having the advice of a trusted local professional is key to making sure you get the right advice for your specific circumstances. Whether you're interested in the purchase of a new home, second home, or have a need for a refinance, I'd love to earn your trust. If I can help you nail your mortgage, call me at 615-243-3976 or visit nailyourmortgage.com.
Primis Mortgage is a subsidiary of Primis Bank, a member FDIC, equal housing opportunity. As always, all loans are subject to approval. Primis Mortgage, NMLS number 1894879.
Hello and welcome to the Murfreesboro Beercast. I am your fearless, although if there's a snake involved, fearful host, Jonathan Harmon, and I am so excited to talk about what all is going on this week and actually the next couple weeks here in Rutherford County on the beer scene. We've got a great show ahead. We've got Lindsey from the Discovery Center talking about Shakespeare coming up. We've got Brandon Bingman from Middleground Brewing coming in, and hopefully, fingers crossed, I hope he's bringing some beer because they make some good beer over there. If you haven't been out there, you got to go check them out. But we're going to talk about all things beer here in Rutherford County because remember that beer is community and community is always better with a beer. I will throw this out there. Cedar Glade is releasing El Cedro Mexican Lager this Friday, and man, I have been looking forward to this ever since we ran out around June or so of last year. So very excited about El Cedro. Get it with a lime. I know. Not everybody wants fruit in their beer. I get it, but just shut up and do it anyway. Trust me on this one. It's going to be great. So that's it. So let's get rolling. All right, so next we've got Brandon Bingman of Middleground Brewing here with us. We're going to try some beer. We're going to hear his story and just learn a little bit about Middleground. I personally love your spot, by the way.
Appreciate it.
You've done a great job building that place out, and the patio is incredible. Got a great little escape back there. So
Urban Escape.
Urban Escape. There you go. Got a sandbox and everything. Have you had to clean cat turds out of that yet?
Not yet. We were really good about putting the lid on it at night.
Okay, right on. Very good. So if you haven't ever been to Middleground, they are on the other side of the interstate from Cedar Glade. So that area needed some good beer for sure, and you guys have filled that gap. The easiest way to tell you is if you know where Sam's Club is, get in their parking lot, drive around a little bit till you smell good beer.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, that
same
works,
parking
right?
lot. Yep.
Perfect. Let's start this way. How did you get into brewing beer?
Oh goodness.
You know what? Pause.
Yep.
I'm out of order. Let's pour some beer first.
Yep. All right.
Yeah. All right. So he's brought some beer. He's gonna pour it. I have no idea what it is, so don't tell me yet. Oh. All right. So let's see what we got.
All right.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Foamy there.
Yeah. I like foamy. Foamy's good. Ooh. Okay. It is golden. Full disclosure, it is not quite noon yet while we're filming this.
Noon somewhere.
It's noon somewhere. That's right. Ooh, it's hazy. It's citrusy.
I think you know what style it is.
I think I can figure out the style. Yeah. So we've got a little New England going on.
Yep. So this is Main Squeeze IPA. This is our hazy IPA. 0 to very little bitterness in it. Just kind of juicy, fruit forward, kind of.
It's a very thick mouthfeel to me. Like
good.
Yeah, it's not thin and oh, that's good, man.
Kind of papaya, mango, pineapple thing going on. It's kind of like pineapple juice. I think.
Very. What was the lady's name that did the hoochie coochie thing with the fruit on her head?
I do not know.
Nope. Cool story. Okay. Anyway,
Marge Simpson. That's what I'm thinking.
No, not a beehive. Anyway, Yeah, that's good. That's good. What's
Yeah.
your hops in this one?
So this is Rakau, and Mosaic, and oh goodness, there's one more in there, but all very fruit forward. Basically, no hops added into the bittering side of the kettle in the whirlpool only, but yeah, really, really juicy and delicious.
So I taste this.
Comments to the other one.
I taste this, and if you're a like bitter hop head, this is not necessarily like your go-to, but I'll tell you, this is a good rest. Like if you get a really hoppy one and you want to kind of rest for a second, and enjoy it, this is great. And if you're just like kind of thinking about or starting to get into IPAs, this one is spot on.
And confession, I mean, I am not really a hazy IPA drinker. Don't love drinking them, and so I kind of put off brewing this kind of beer for a while. We always pre-release our beers to our mug club for about a week, and so I emailed the mug club and said, "Hey, we've got this. Come tell me what you think. Give me your feedback, because I have no idea."
Yeah.
And it's been well received. So yeah,
Very good. What's the ABV on this?
6%.
Okay, so even a little lighter on that side.
Yep.
A lot of times these things will hit 7 plus.
Yep.
So this is great, man. This is a great beer. I very, very much enjoy it. All right, so while we're drinking this, let's talk how Brandon Bingman got into brewing.
Sure.
There's a lot of B's in there. So
That's a lot of
alliteration.
Bingman Brewing, yes, that is beer. So I started home brewing, around 2006, 2007, long time ago. A friend of mine got me into it.
Damn, you're old.
I'm old, so old. And homebrewed for a long time. Worked at Yazoo in Nashville for about 10 years, and did obviously a lot of brewing there. And then did a lot of festivals as Spring Street Brew Garage, doing the homebrew thing with a lot of festivals and the homebrew club around here in Murfreesboro, and started Middleground. We opened up back in September of last year. So it's been a long road.
Getting close to a year, dude.
Getting close to a year. Yeah.
All right, so confession time. You had it to do over again. A, would you do it? And B, what would you do different? He and I've had this conversation multiple times.
Yeah, so. I would certainly think it through a lot more, maybe. But I would probably build in some private rooms in the tap room to be able to reserve some private space
100%
like you see in
that.
like high-end restaurants. That'd be really cool, and that'd be the main thing, I think.
I absolutely agree with that. We get asked for that all the time at Cedar Glade, and it's like we can section off stuff, but it's not the same.
No.
And you can charge a lot more for those private spaces.
Absolutely.
And people are. It never ceases to amaze me the budget that people have for that kind of stuff. I'm like, yeah, I can't do that, but man, I really wish I could.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. But we do rent out the beer garden on days we're open, and we will rent out the whole place on days that we're closed. And occasionally on days that we're open, we'll close for it. So
same.
But that would be the private room rental would be nice.
For sure. What's been the biggest surprise for you getting this thing going?
Oh, how expensive everything is.
Now, y'all opted to have a kitchen. We did not at Cedar Glade. And so when, you've got a whole other realm of expenses and cost management and, pricing and all of that kind of stuff. I do not envy that, by the way.
It's a lot of work, yeah, but we're glad we did it. I mean, the kitchen is about like this where we're standing.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, so we can pump out a lot in that small space, but that's definitely been good. We're looking into maybe having food trucks for some special events, close down the kitchen, that kind of thing. But most of the time, it's the kitchen's rocking. So,
yeah. And as far as that goes, I mean, do you think that was because obviously you had to put a lot into that investment wise? Do you think that has helped your business? Do you think that like early into the process now, was that a good decision or bad decision to have the kitchen?
I think so. I think so. Yeah, it's a decent amount of a revenue every night, and people like to kind of get a snack or have something to eat while they're drinking, and it probably keeps people there during the dinner hours. So yeah, it's been good.
And food trucks can be a nightmare to manage. Trust me, I know that one. Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't bring enough food. Sometimes, I mean, you can't predict crowds necessarily all the time. So okay.
But there are a lot of good food trucks, and we definitely want to have some out at some point.
Oh, hey, that's one thing. This area has a lot of really good ones. They have a few stinkers, but they have some really, really good ones, and thankfully we've been able to kind of filter through that, and they tend to filter themselves, honestly.
Nice. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Time out.
Oh. This beer's so good, he's choked up.
All right, time in.
What's your favorite style of beer?
My favorite
Obviously
style,
not hazy.
Not hazies. My favorite style is probably like a German Helles or a German Rauch beer, which is a smoked lager. And we've got one of those coming soon.
Oh.
So
Did you smoke it yourself?
no, the malt is actually smoked. So it's about 20% of the grist in this particular batch that we've got coming out. And the expression is that all beer used to be smoked beer before ventilation technology was incorporated into the kilning process of malting. So
I would have just drank wine then.
you would have just had wine back in the day, yeah.
Or mead. That's funny. Well, that's cool, man. And listen, everybody that I know, you either really love them or you really hate them.
Yep.
I don't know
exactly.
anybody that's indifferent to smoke beer.
Yeah.
No one.
Well, and that's why we put off brewing it for so long. You know, the hazy because I don't really like them, and then the smoked beer because I love them. So those both kind of took about 6-7 months to get to.
But correct me if I'm wrong. You love selling beer more than you worry about what you like to drink.
Correct. Yes. Somebody gave me some very good advice 3-5 years ago. He said, "You're not in the business of brewing beer. You're in the business of selling beer."
That's right.
And I said, "No, that makes sense." So
Yeah. So love it or not.
Yep, it's here.
That's it. Not much you can do about that. All right. What I know we've run some events and all that kind of stuff, or we will here in just a minute. But give me some highlights. What's coming up at Middleground that folks need to know about?
Honestly, we have a jam-packed May. There is so much going on. We've got bingo coming up Wednesday. And I'm not sure what the timing of getting this published is for that. We've got.
Is that every Wednesday?
That's every first Wednesday.
Okay.
Yep. This May 1st. We've got May the 4th coming up, so we're doing $1 off if you show up in Star Wars gear or shirt or whatever. We've got the Stones River Revival Band playing in the beer garden that night. We show
They're a lot of fun.
They're really good. We show the Nashville Soccer Club games. We got that coming up, and then something really special coming up next Friday, May 11th, is Smoke Fest. We're still putting together the details on all that, but the smoke beer. We've got some smoked charcuterie boards from some local barbecue places and working on getting some prosciutto. If you've never had prosciutto from the Hammery, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got the humidor is going to be pairing a couple of cigars with our smoked beer. So we'll have cigars for sale in the beer garden.
Nice.
So it's just going to be a smoke night on Friday, May 11th. So,
that sounds good, man. You
be
should have done that on 420.
Next year.
Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, very cool. Anything else? Any other? You got the Roush beer coming. You got. Is this out? This is being
This is
sold
out.
now?
This has been out for a few weeks now.
Okay,
Yep.
good.
We've got trivia starting up here Thursday, May 16th, if I have that date right. It's with Nerdy Talk. They've got a huge following, so that's going to be a good trivia night on Thursdays.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, Brandon Bingman, Middleground Brewing. Oh, I got one more question. What the heck is up with the lizard?
So that's a Tennessee cave salamander.
Okay.
And we love it.
Yeah.
It lives in caves in Middle Tennessee and south of here, so you can find it in Northwest Georgia, Northern Alabama, but yeah.
And it lives all over
salamander.
middle. Are y'all adding more, or am I just that unobservant?
I don't know. You'll have to just come count every time.
It seems like every time I'm in, I'm like, oh, there's another one.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
awesome.
Yep.
You should paint over some, like take some away and
Nice.
move them.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
Yeah. It lives in a cave, so it literally lives in the ground. So there's a connection there if you like that. But, just a fun Tennessee thing. So
There you go. There you go. I love it.
Yep.
That's very cool. All right, very good. Go out to Middleground, check them out. They're making some great beer out there. Got a great little spot, fun place to hang out. So if you find yourself having to go to Sam's Club, God love you. Decompress afterwards at Middleground.
exactly.
Yep, it's perfect for that. All right, very good. Thank you, buddy.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having
you.
us.
Okay, so next we're going to move into events that are happening right here in the borough and Rutherford County. And one of my favorite events every single year when it comes to beer events is happening this Friday, and that is the Shakespeare event. And we're back to just Shakespeare.
Just Shakespeare, thank goodness.
Just Shakespeare,
so.
thank goodness indeed. Yes.
Wine and whiskey's great, but you know, Shakespeare deserves its own night for sure.
It really does.
Yeah.
And so I went to this event many years ago. By the way, this is Lindsey from the Discovery Center, and I mean, I got to know you, I guess, a year ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah, you've been such a great advisor for us. You know, as we work to improve Shakespeare. Every year. In fact, you gave us the idea to have the Fan Favorite Award, where people that attend Shakespeare can vote on their favorite brewers. So thank you so much for that.
You're always going to get a little more participation. A little friendly rivalry is always a good thing.
Good.
Yeah, so that's exciting. So how many years has Shakespeare in its various incarnations happened?
I actually don't know for sure. Veronica Bosnack, you know, she started Shakespeare.
One of my Mug Club members.
Yes,
Love them.
Yes,
yeah.
And this has been her baby. And she's going to kill me if I get it wrong, but I think it's around 10 years.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, because I remember going to the first one. And it was inside then.
Yeah.
So when we're able to have it outside, it's really special, but it's just as fun.
Well, first of all, if you've never been to the Discovery Center, number one, but even before Shakespeare, like you've got a week, you need to get out there and just check out, even if you don't go inside, check out the grounds because it's beautiful. You got that little reservoir thing going on down there, and then the tiers, and it's a beautiful setting.
It is, and our boardwalk is just recently reopened.
Hallelujah.
Oh, and it's beautiful. I walked on it last week, and there's egrets, turtles,
otters.
Snake. We saw a snake.
Yeah, I'm out on the snake. I don't
Well, they're in
do
the
snakes.
water, not too
Okay.
close, but it's beautiful. We're so lucky to have.
For sure.
This
I
space.
busted my entire side of my body on that boardwalk one time. I was racing my son, and it was just a little bit wet, and I went to make the turn, and my shoes went sideways that way, and I'm sure it was hilarious if you had watched it, like a video of it. And my son was standing there and goes, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm not really sure."
Just mostly your pride.
It was bad. Yeah, it was bad. I was sore for days. But anyway, didn't break anything, so I guess that's good. All right, so tell us real quick, what is the money that's raised at Shakespeare? What does it do?
Yeah, so every dollar that we raise at Shakespeare goes to support the Discovery Center, which is our local children's museum. We've been around for 38 years now.
It used to be a house.
Yeah.
I went to the Discovery
I did too.
House as a kid.
I did too. I grew up in Shelbyville, and we would take field trips to
Yeah.
Discovery House, and that is truly what
It was awesome.
The moment that I realized I love science.
Yeah.
So it can be transformational for kids, especially when they go on a field trip. But yeah, every dollar goes to support, and grow our exhibits, our programs, our outreach. One of my favorite things we're doing right now is we're raising money for free field trips for children that attend a Title I Murfreesboro City School.
Cool.
There's some kids that have never been on a field trip.
Oh my gosh.
So
how's that even possible?
I know.
Like, that's crazy, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, you think about some of our schools that where there are underserved families that send their children there. They $13 to go on a field trip.
It's a lot.
They're just not able to do it, and you have to pay for the bus as well. So we're so proud. We've raised enough money now so that there's 8 Title I schools within the Murfreesboro City School system. So we're able to cover field trips for every second grade student and provide busing for them as well.
Very cool. So one of the other things, if you are a resident here and you've been to the Discovery Center, maybe you've taken your kids, whatever, one of the big things is get a membership. Because you get a membership, it pays for itself within, like 2 visits or 3 visits or whatever. But what a lot of folks don't know is that membership at the Discovery Center gets you in to other places as well, doesn't it?
Oh, that's right. The Association of Technology and Science Centers, you can go to any of those facilities throughout the country. Like, we took our kids to New Orleans, and so we went to the New Orleans Children's Museum for free.
McSwain Center in Birmingham, right? Yep.
Yep. And I highly recommend, if you have small children, tell the grandparents, please don't get them any toys for Christmas. Get them a membership to the Discovery
right.
Center. So, because it's a gift that keeps giving, and
Yeah.
you know, and you gain those memories.
Oh, it's
as
so
a
much
child.
fun.
So-
Y'all got the slide and you got the water. Dude, I play on that water table more than like. Get out of the way, little kid. This is my turn. I'm gonna flood the field this time. But anyway,
Yeah, and we have a new water table. I don't know if you've
No.
seen it. Yeah, it was.
Did you know this? I didn't know
$500,000
this.
investment, and the company we used, they actually modeled
Can I
it
still
after
flood a
the
field?
wetlands. Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, but we've got an otter out there. We have the water cannons that you see in the holding tank. So it kind of is a mini version of the
No
wetlands.
way.
So yeah, we're really proud of that.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. Okay, well, guess I got to go back. Awesome. So, all right, so let's talk beer for a minute.
Yes.
So, Shakespeare. So here's kind of the way that it works as far as how I see it. A lot of home brewers, some professional brewers as well.
Yep.
So it's a big beer festival. It's spread out over these beautiful tiered gardens and grounds that you have. But there's also a little amphitheater built into this.
There is.
And so you get, is it Murfreesboro Little Theater?
It's Murfreesboro Little Theater. They are our Shakespearean entertainment for the night. And what's great is they are also partaking.
They are a freaking blast, is what they are.
As the night goes on, it gets better. And better.
Oh, it gets so much better, and it gets a little less PG,
That's
and it's fun. So you get a couple beers, in you, right? And they're little beers, right? They're tasters,
little.
yeah. But you go and you sample. You know, all the home brewers show up with 4 or 5 different beers.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be there with 4 beers. That's what we're bringing this year. Cedar Glade is. A couple of the others, I know Brandon Bingman with Middleground. He was just on the show. He'll be there as well, and so you get to sample all kinds of different stuff, and then, like you said, you listen, and it's Shakespearean, though it is not necessarily Shakespeare.
Exactly.
Is that
Right.
a fair and accurate?
It's a fun day, like to beer or not to beer.
That is the question. It is truly, and the answer, of course, is to beer.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Always.
or 3 or 5 or
Yeah, that's-
20 or
yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. So here's what we're gonna do, and this is just a little intro to this.
Okay.
So within beer, so you have beer, right? And then within beer, you've got ales and you've got lagers, and then within ales and lagers, you start branching out, and there's all these different varieties. And then within a certain variety, you have an infinite number of ways that you can do it, right? So, and that's what I love about beer, is it's even more, like, as a category of beverage, it's even more complex than, say, wine or whiskey or whatever, because I mean, you can manipulate it and do all kinds of crazy stuff. So what I've done is I have brought a Cedar Glade Hazy IPA. This is our New England IPA. It's called Landslide. And the way that this beer was born is we knew we wanted to do a hazy IPA as a flagship. And so we had 2 different, pretty diverse takes on the New England. And we brewed both of them, put them side by side, put them both up on the taps, and then we took votes.
Okay.
And so our patrons got to pick which one was going to become our flagship. This beer got like 85 votes. The other one got like 3. I was one of those 3 because I liked the other one better. It was a lot more bitter, right? And so it won in a landslide, and therefore the name of it is Landslide.
Landslide, I love that.
So-
It smells great.
So this is our hazy, and then we've got Brandon left his new hazy as well.
Okay.
So we're gonna try both of them. I don't want you to tell me which one you like better. I just want you to tell me what you taste in each one and like analyze the beer a little bit. Right? This is not a contest.
Okay.
Okay. They're different,
Okay.
but they're kind of the same. Okay. Here we go. Cheers.
Cheers. Oh wow, that's good.
So
Kind of fruity.
yeah, a little bit of grapefruit going on,
Yeah, great.
but it's the bitter part of the grapefruit.
Ooh, now it's like bitter at the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta have the bitter.
So you like the bitter?
Oh, I love the bitter.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But that's wonderful.
Are those clean glasses?
So we just drank the same one, right?
Yeah, this is the same beer.
Okay.
All right, and so here is some empty glasses. So this is Brandon's take. This is his new hazy. He just released it a couple weeks ago, he said. Main Squeeze is the name of it. So Middleground Brewing, Main Squeeze. Very similar in look. Ours is probably just a little cloudier. I could rub this stuff in my armpits and use it as deodorant. It's so good.
Don't do that.
Please don't. Don't.
He's gonna love that comment, by the way.
That's good too.
So a little less on the bitter side, a lot more on that citrus, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this, I mean, look at that.
So why is it more cloudy?
Just the different different oils that are in it, and just a little bit of a different methodology. He uses a completely different set of hops than we do.
Okay.
So he listed off his earlier, and I don't know that there's any overlap. I think we use literally every hop that we use is different than the ones he used.
Okay.
And there's, I don't even know how many varietals of hops there are now. I mean, it's like every day somebody's introducing some hybrid of this one. You know what I mean? It's was it Gregor Mendel, the whole pea plant thing with where they started doing the Punnett squares? Is that Gregor?
Yeah.
I went super nerdy there for a second.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mendel Square. Yeah.
But I love
Yeah.
it.
So I think, I mean, it's like every day there's new versions of that. We did a double IPA that actually used it's a hop, but it's a completely different species even, and it was found wild in New Mexico, and so it has like an earthy, but still a pretty hazy finish. It's totally different. So, I want to burp right now, but like that's terrible, right? Is this an outtake? Oh, yeah, there we go.
She's getting
I'm gonna let it out.
I love beer. That's all I got to say about that.
I'm usually a lager person, but I'm really enjoying this.
Well, and even the world of IPAs, I mean, you can go West Coast all the way into, there's even Belgian IPAs. We've done a rye IPA that was outstanding, completely different from this. It almost looked like an Irish red, like it's very dark. You can do a black IPA, which we've had before, and the Brew Crew, one of their club recipes is a black IPA, and it's incredible. But again, totally different than all of this, but it still has that same, that bitter finish and the amount of hops that's in it. So
See, it's science and art coming together.
it really
And at
is.
Discovery Center, we're a STEAM-focused
There you go.
museum, so we are trying to develop the next generation of brewers.
I love it. I love it. All right, so Shakespeare tickets still on sale?
They're $45 in advance, $50 a day of, $15 for a DD ticket. But yeah, please
Food
come,
trucks?
please come join. Yeah, we've got the hot dog guy coming who's here at Cedar Glade all
shout
the
out.
time.
Love those
it.
guys.
And then Wise Girls, they were precious.
I don't know them.
Oh, they're wonderful. They have really great burgers. They have veggie burgers.
Okay.
But yeah, so we'll have a little bit of something for everybody.
Very good. Very good. It's
This Friday, 6 to 9 p.m. We, of course, parking is not, there's not a ton of parking, so we always encourage you to, Uber, take a
Are y'all
lift,
still
so.
doing the parking up off the square and the little bus?
No,
and
we've
stuff?
just found more and more people are starting to Uber, and it's just not necessary. So
That's better anyway, because just
I know,
come
it's
and
so
don't worry
easy.
about
You
it.
get dropped at the front door.
That's right.
So
Yep.
and it's like $5 to $10. So yeah.
Very
So, yeah.
good. All right, very good. And where can they get tickets?
So if you go to the Discovery Center at Murfree Spring website, it's www.explorethedc.org, and go to fundraisers, and Shakespeare is the first one that pops up. So
Very cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Lindsey. You got to be there. You're going to be there, right?
of course I would
Okay.
be there. And I made my husband sponsor. So Consolidated Electrical Distributors is the presenting sponsor. So
Very good. Very good. Put your
we
money
have
where
to
your
be
mouth
there.
is,
Yeah,
right?
that's
I love
right.
it. I love it. All right, very good. Check it out. If you've never been to Shakespeare, you have missed out, but it is not too late. You got to jump in.
that's right.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you for all you do for our community.
Well, we love you guys, and y'all are doing some good stuff over there. All right, that's it. Shakespeare, let's roll the rest of the events, and we'll wrap it up. Thanks for listening. Thank you to our guest and to our fine sponsor, Mr. Brian Nail over at Premise Mortgage. Please go out and support your local brewers.